Hey everyone, I know a lot of my videos seem kind of depressing looking at them now. I just wanted to change it up today. I just want to have a little mindfulness sesh. So join me. I'm here in this nice little goldenrod area here. As you can see, I'll just pivot around here. Look at this, monarch habitat restoration. Lovely. Monarch butterflies are endangered, so I'm glad that someone's doing something about it. I found it funny today as well that my boss was telling us about how much money we make him on average, and he was just comparing it, and he thought it interesting. He likes to say all the time that he is paid the same that we are. Right? And when we bring up, obviously you make more than us, he's like, oh, well, not me. The company does, but not me. And we say, well, who owns the company? And then it gets really quiet. Changes the subject. But so my boss was saying how each of us make him a different amount of money every day, right? Obviously. But like on average, so-and-so makes this much, so-and-so makes this much, I make this much, whatever, for him. Again, why would you tell your employees? But anyway, so he's talking about this, and my coworker and I are looking at each other, and my coworker says, so you make about $8,000 a day. And my boss just kind of blinks, and he's like, well, yeah, the company does, not me, right? Even though he owns the company. And so then my coworker says, so if you make $8,000 a day, then that means you make $40,000 a week. My boss kind of looks around and changes the subject, you know, and it's like, he likes to think that we're on the same page. He likes to think that we're all partners, but we're not. I'm gonna be lucky if I make $27,000 this year before unemployment, right? But just as far as salary take-home pay before I get laid off, it's probably gonna be like $25,000, $26,000. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna do a video breaking down my pay and how much I've made him versus me. I'm looking forward to see it, because I made a projection, and so far it's not quite what I thought it was going to be. But really, in Canada, you need to be your own boss to make it. Like, it applies anywhere. Obviously, when you're the boss, you make most of the money. You've made most of the investment, right? If you've purchased the equipment, you've made the connections, you've got the customers, right? But when you're paid so little as a worker, and then your boss comes up to you and tries to pretend like you're on the same level, like you have a cottage on a private island, you have a fleet of work trucks, you have all this stuff, and sure, that was strange, the video cut out. Maybe it's getting too hot, gotta keep moving. It's a hot day today. So yeah, maybe it's in the company's name, but you're the sole owner of the company, so you can choose what's advantageous from a tax perspective about how much you're going to cash out. What's your salary like? So if you're making $40,000 a week gross, not including taxes or expenses, you know, you're still making a whopping amount, way more than we are. And I try to avoid earning more than a paycheck for him every day, right? Normally I make, I don't know, I make my boss like 1.5 times my paycheck every single day. But yeah, it's just crazy how, like, he's obviously so lonely, and he has no one to talk to, so he talks to us, and he thinks that since my coworker and I have been there for so long, that we're all just buddy-buddy. But when you work and you exert yourself, you get burnt and you're breathing in illegal chemicals and all this stuff, like, it's just, where do you begin, right? Go through all that and you can't even afford to make rent. You know, you're stuck living at home and commuting for 45 minutes to an hour or longer when there's traffic, right? Every day. Doing the same job as an American and making 40% less. It's excruciating, and it feels like slavery, right? So anyway, supposed to be a positive little video here. Maybe I'll just do some more walkarounds, ASMR type stuff. But as it is right now, we're just kind of finishing up the year, and I'm looking forward to be on unemployment, and people say, oh, you're just a bum, whatever, right? We're paying for you to just sit at home. Actually, it's my money. You need to work, I think, 600 hours a year to qualify for unemployment, and those deductions are taken off my paycheck. So if you aren't on unemployment, you're just paying into a fund that you never access. And it doesn't matter if you've worked 40 years or 1 year, your length of time off doesn't change. So anyway, hit like, hit subscribe, comment, tickle the algorithm, and I'll catch you next time.